Good morning, parents. This is Brian Goodman from Impactful Mentoring. I just wanted to, check in here on a nice Monday morning, brisk here in Maryland, 31 degrees. But you know what? Quite frankly, as I left this morning, I had to think about what I, have done for my teens this weekend and what I did for them this morning, even before I went on my merry way. And I think did I do enough, right? I mean, that's kind of like, am I putting too much pressure on myself when I say that? But there has to be a balance. So sometimes, yes, I'm gonna do not a quote unquote not enough, right? There's gonna be those times where on the weekend or the morning where it's not going to be enough. But then there's also times where it's clearly going to be enough, and it's going to be enough. For me, it's enough most of the time. And I say for me, but really it's for me and for my wife, right? Because we're a team and we work together to make sure things run smoothly in our household. And so from my perspective, this morning, to me, I know that my 16-year-old, he gets up, he's on his merry way. Few words spoken, okay, but he knows at the end of the day, who's picking him up. He knows where he's supposed to be and when he's supposed to be there and how he's going to communicate if things change. So, hey, this morning so far, right, with him, I did enough. Right now, in terms of my 13-year-old son, he had an awful time getting up this morning. When I say awful time, he was kind of like, but he got up, and quickly, quite frankly, came upstairs, said good morning to my wife, and, was getting ready for his day. So in reflection, when I say, did I do enough? Well, I guess it's the days leading up to today that says, you know what? Look, Brian, quite frankly, yes, you did enough, okay? Maybe this weekend, maybe you didn't do enough for them. But today, based on the days previously, in the weeks, the months, the years, you did enough. You have shown them, you have demonstrated, right, the fact that they are able to do these things on their own, okay? And even though I had to get my son up, which is typical on a day, okay, certainly on a Monday, but it's typical, right, to get him up, but he's able to he's able to go. He's able to drive himself to the next stage, and get himself to school every single day. Okay, and so sometimes it's not about always being able to go above and beyond. It's sometimes it's not even about settling. Sometimes it is just, quite frankly, doing what is expected. And so then it gets back to expectations, right? Where are those expectations coming from? Are they coming from a place, okay, of am I trying to do better? Am I trying to do the same? Or am I just trying to do? And so each day, we need to look at forming new expectations, okay, based on the current situation, the current moment, the current experience. And so if we're able to do that, hey, that's what you're supposed to do with expectations. Most people, they base their expectations solely on their past experiences. And so when we do that, it limits us in terms of what we can actually accomplish and do in the present. And so because the present is a gift, ready to be unwrapped, okay, it's very, very challenging sometimes to stay in that moment, to stay present. And so that brings up the idea of mindfulness. So I found this morning, my Fitbit premium account, I guess there's a coffee meditation. It's 3 minutes. But as I listened and as I visualized and as I smelled and tasted, it grounded me. And it goes back to some of the things that I do, based on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, of basically using my senses to ensure that I am grounded in the present. And I'll tell you, in those 3 minutes, just 3 minutes of that, basically being in that mindful state of drinking the coffee this morning and visualizing, or feeling how my lips when it touched the mug, and tasting the coffee, smelling the aroma, and looking at my arm as it was being lifted, or as I was lifting the mug. It really kind of, again, grounded me in that moment. It allows me to kind of unlock, something like this. And so, again, have a mindful Monday, making sure that your expectations are grounded in the present, okay? And certainly do what you can to modify your expectations so that they stay based on the present, okay? And so therefore, when you look back at what you've done, it can be grounded in, hey, I've done what I could in this moment in time. And if you can say you gave it your all in that moment in time, then you always meet your expectations, okay? Because those expectations are moment to moment. All right? So have a great Monday, again, and stay mindful.